name's Cody Barnes. I race for the Phoenix Racing Honda team at GNCC's in the XC2 class. Started riding right around when I was 4, and then at the age of 5 went to my first dirt bike race in Prophetstown, Illinois. My dad always rode growing up. Before I was born, he rode, and so that kind of got me started. He bought me a dirt bike when I was young, and one of our good friends that actually is still one of my sponsors today, Fortune Cycles, his son raced, and him and my dad were really good friends, and he talked my dad into bringing me a race, and that's where it all started. One of the really big guys that he doesn't race anymore, but Paul Whibley. He was still is my favorite racer today, and in 2018 I was able to go over to New Zealand and train with him for a month, and he played a really big role in me understanding fitness and what it took to be one of those guys. Another rider that's helped me quite a bit is Stu Baylor. Yeah, I'm super appreciative of Paul and Stu and those guys for allowing me to talk to them about that stuff. This is my first year with the Phoenix Racing Honda team, and it's been honestly awesome. David, the owner, he's been absolutely great to me. Everyone on the whole entire team, my mechanic Nick, Wayne, everyone, they've all really welcomed me with open arms onto this team and gave me a ton of support, a ton of resources, with a team that's very widely versed, I guess you could say. Things that they do on Supercross, sometimes it'll relate over to GNCC, whether it's things that they're doing for the motors or the ECUs in the bikes. Race day's pretty calm for me. Usually wake up about 7 o'clock, get everything packed up in the hotel, and go usually to the nearest Cracker Barrel in the morning at about 7:30, and try and eat pretty much as many pancakes as possible for the carbs. For me, my body type burns carbs really fast, so for me it's important to have enough carbs to fuel me through that 3 hours. I like to get dressed pretty early at about that 12 o'clock mark. That's when I'll start doing my final things, getting dressed, making sure everything's good and prepared, and getting everything in line for the race. So my thoughts are pretty much what's running through my mind is just, I know that I put in the work, and it's time to focus and apply everything to the race, and you kind of have to go into the race with the mindset that you're gonna win. That's your goal. You want to go there to win. When the XC1 guys go off, you're like it's about you're gonna go for 3 hours as hard as you can, and it's like I get these butterflies, this surreal feeling when those guys go off, and there's no one in front of you, and you're sitting there looking at Ricky, and it's you just get this surreal feeling that, man, about to race with the fastest guys in the country. Honestly, the most difficult part is just you're almost endurance, but you have to pace yourself, because it's really easy. Florida, for example, it's really easy to push early in the race and then be burnt out for the last part. So you have to find that happy medium, and you got to also ride at a pace that you don't think that you're comfortable with. Like I said, everyone wants to win in the class, but to get on the podium, you're standing with the best 250 pro riders, people could argue in the whole entire country for GNCC. So to be able to stand on that podium with those other competitors and know that you gave it your all, it's a surreal feeling, because that the work that you're doing off the bike, on the bike during the week, that things are working. I definitely don't want to be another person that's just known for an XC2 career. I want to go on to be one of the riders that can be a contender in XC1, and that's one of my goals is after a couple more years in XC2, battling for that championship, and hopefully being able to win one in the future, to then move up to the XC1 class and hopefully contend for one of those championships.